This year, a light frost invaded the area.
Jerry Frecon, Gloucester County agent and fruit specialist, gave me his assessment of this year's crop.
The 91 crop looks good. We've had a very mild winter. We've had no low temperatures in the winter or spring except for one night. And we have a very heavy bloom. We've had good pollination weather. We're about 5 to 6 days earlier than normal, but that hasn't affected anything.
Now, with the heavy bloom, it looks like there's a lot of pruning to be done.
Well, our growers have held off pruning because in the past 3 years we've had spring frosts, and when you go in and cut a tree and then you lose a lot of flowers, you have little left. So they waited to see what kind of a crop situation, and we'll be done pruning very shortly.
Then, of course, you have to prune the peaches off themselves.
We have to do some thinning. A peach tree, some of these trees may have 10,000 flowers on them, and 95% of those have to be taken off, the little fruit that developed from them. Now, hopefully, some will fall off naturally just due to competition and the ability of the tree to hold that many flowers.
In the past 10 years, I've heard nothing but complaints from farmers because of the fact that they have lost crops left and right. This year looks like it's going to be a banner year.
Yes, we have a potential for one of our largest crops in a long time.
Good apple orchard.
Looking for a good apple crop in New Jersey, I compared last year's production with this year's up-and-coming crop by talking to Jerry Frecon, Gloucester County agent.
Well, we haven't had any cold weather, and we have a beautiful crop of bloom, and we've had some nice pollinating days for our bees to work, so far we look like we have an excellent crop.
Now, as far as the bees are concerned here in the delicious apple variety, do they have to overwork, so to speak?
Well, a delicious apple flower, because of its structure, a bee has to visit the flower twice as much to get pollen from the anther of the flower. So Red Delicious have to be pollinated a lot more than other varieties to set a full crop of fruit.
Now, last year, exactly what happened as far as pollination was concerned?
Well, last year we had a frost, and it killed the major king flowers that's the major flower that we have here. It killed those, and a lot of these little small buds set up flowers later because they bloom later and they survive the freeze.
Meanwhile, honeybees are dying because of a mite infestation.
We try and put good hives in the orchard. Most of the beekeepers, the good professional beekeepers, treat their hives for mites. But they're still losing a lot of bees, and the rental fee has gone up. The cost of pollinating and producing honey has all increased because of this mite problem.
Adding to that problem, by the way, is the fact that the state of New Jersey is asparagus for 15 years. Have there been better years?
Every year has been the same, but this year we started off nice with a good high price. The volume could be a little better, but the price has been excellent so far.
Why do you think the price is up so much?
There has to be some type of problem in California, Washington State, that's limiting the volume coming into the terminal markets. Some of my older fields are real poor, poorer than I thought they were going to be, and some of my younger fields are producing way higher than I ever dreamed.
This year's price has been up to $45.75 for a crate of 12 2.5-pound bunches. A field should produce 10 to 15 years. Santo grows 2 varieties, and one is his mainstay, the Jersey Giant.
The Jersey Giant's been, on my particular farm, my particular soil types, it's worked well. This year I planted another variety, the Jersey Knight, and so forth. That looks beautiful too. Well, so far so good. It is one of my better years because the price has been high, but in this type of business, it can change overnight.
And remember, when the farmer gets a good price, you pay a good price. The New Jersey asparagus is outstanding, however, and the prices on the market anywhere from $1.69 for fruit tree growers. They used to burn tires around the trees to keep them from frost damage. That has been outlawed. Now something new is coming over the horizon. If you see this structure in the state of New Jersey, don't fret. It's only a wind machine. Jerry Frecon tells us about it.
A wind machine is a very effective temperature control or frost control tool on a clear night when we have an inversion layer of warm air high up above the trees, and the wind machine mixes that warm air with the cold air, which is sinking closer to the ground, and that in turn brings the temperature up maybe 4 or 5 degrees. It's only effective under those conditions, but we've had a lot of those types of freezes in the winter and frosts in the spring, so we think in the long run it will be a good investment for the orchardist that's going to be in business.
And when you talk about investment, it's a large investment.
It's a large investment, and one reason we haven't seen a lot of wind machines over the years is because of the stability of our industry. It's a kind of investment which has to be capitalized over a 10-year period, and it will pay for itself, I'm confident, over that period of time. But if you think you're going to sell your farm in 5 years, you're not about to invest in a $20,000 or $40,000 wind machine.
Now, how many farmers have gone this route?
We have only 2 at the moment that have these.
The machines are run by diesel or gas, and they take care of 20 acres, turning every 3 minutes on a 32-foot tower. And you may see them coming around. They're quite expensive. The only person I know who owns one is Kim.
Oh, right. I was going to say...